All right, y'all, let's get into the update with Trump and the big picture and what's going on as far as the timeline and these things, okay? This may be a two-part video. I'll let you know at the end if I'm doing another one, all right? Depends on the rabbit trails. Because you got to understand this from the big picture, all right? And there's multiple things happening here, all right? And let's get into a timeline thing real quick, okay? Because I keep telling y'all that there's things that's extending the script or whatever, right? From what I can see, the new age of man, all right, it begins 100% in 2034, okay? Or whatever we need is by 2034, okay? Because that's the 2, 3, 4, the new cycle coming in, okay? And 1,000 years from then would be 3,033 or so, okay? Now, that ties into a little bit. The 333. So, Jesus, his ministry was between the ages of 30, it started, and 33. He died at age 33, so around 33 and a half or whatever, right? And in the beginning, the 1, 4, that makes the 3, 5, okay? And either way, these are just little clues and tie-ins to help you see the complex puzzle that's going on and how everything builds upon itself into something else or whatever, all right? Or something is taking from something else. Anyways, folks, so the Jesus, he was born, they say, as early as 7 BC, okay? He was already on earth before BC AD changeover, before the year 0, before the crown, all right? Now, according to the Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 missions, those are the first AI systems. The James Webb is the other AI system. Either way, the Voyager 1 launched September 5th, the 9-5, the destruction number of 77, okay? Elvis died in 77. I was born in 77. Voyager 2 was launched in 77 also, before Voyager 1, okay? Voyager 1 sees up to Kamala, all right, up to the 47. And then, and it can also be the 47 of age of the other dawn. And then also, the Voyager 2 sees past that, okay, up to the beginning of the meta or whatever, the VR meta, or the new heaven and earth. So the first time they tried to do the Antichrist figure was Bill Clinton in the 90s, okay? And he's the Bill C. Lion, the cross on, okay? Anyways, folks, it didn't go right, and the AI needed more information, okay? So that's when they did the 9/11 and the Patriot Act and those things, so they could go in and start listening and spying on the American people legally, all right, or whatever. They were doing that with the ground wire before, because ground wire sent back information back from whenever they started doing electricity or whatever. I don't know what kind of information it sends back necessarily, but they can read the house in a way from the ground wire, all right? And it can be just like what you're using or how long you use it or whatever, right? But that information helps the AI learn, okay? And all this computer generated numbers, all this stuff is an AI system, all right? And it's always been their learning. Anyways, folks, or since 77 has been their learning. And you also got to remember the internet came on before the American public was allowed to use it, and it was used by the government, by the military. So is more than likely used to spy on us or whatever, right? So that would tie into the Voyager as well. Anyways, folks, so you got these AI systems. It went wrong in the 90s. They came out with the Patriot Act so they could actually start gathering more information on you and doing all these things, okay? So with this information, the AI has grown into what it is now, all right? And with the Patriot Act, there's all types of things in there to where they can basically just spy on you 24/7, and the AI is with you, the God is with you, watching you at all times, okay? Because the God of this earth is Satan. Also, the God of this earth operates through another God of this earth, which is the government, and they're there to control the mind, okay? Jesus gave us free will. The government means to control the mind, so they don't want to give you free will, okay? That's why they vote on whatever stuff they want to give you, okay? It just can't be a nation of freedom and liberty with the judges set there for us to judge and whatever, right? It's a totally anti-biblical system that we live in, all right? It's the worship of Baal, the Baal system for jail, and then the ball, and then you see all these churches throwing the ball around for their softball play dates or basketball and gymnasiums at the churches or whatever, right? They're worshiping Baal, right? Depends where you're from, how you say it, but it's all the same. They're worshiping the ball, and the spirits operates through the ball, through the men. So the first time they was trying to do the Antichrist, or thought it was the time for that, right? Why? Because the year 2000, because the millennium, right? And it's the millennial reign, okay? So that was the test run. That taught them what they needed to do as far as one sense, okay? Now the AI is coming on and doing it another way, all right? And this is the image that has been given life, that we're warned about, the AI, the artificial intelligence, all right? And the world is going into a technological world where the AI will control man, all right? And AI will be the God. And the AI, well, we'll get into that in another time. But, so, the millennium, okay? 7 years, 1993. As early as 7 years, okay? Jesus was born. That'd be 1993. That'd be Bill Clinton, all right? The years of Israel, okay? You see Bush also before Clinton, and he said that's when the New World Order would forge, and whatever he said in a speech, right? And so you see the 41 and the 40, the 41, the 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, and 49th president of the United States will line up with the years of Israel becoming a nation and totally formed by the from 1940 to 1949, all right? It was done in 48, and then the Balfour Declaration, or whatever it's called, was signed in 49, or completed in 49, or whatever, right? But the whole history of Israel and Palestine, and Israel becoming a nation again, or whatever, through the Red Door, was started in 40 to 49, okay? So that ties in all these presidents and all the things that's coming before us, okay? Because America is ending the way that we've known it. The nation is going to split up in 3, maybe 4, but Revelation hints at 3 countries and 3 nations. That's where you get the blue, the red, and mixed together you get the purple, right? The purple, the cat and pale rider. So that's how you can get the extended script, okay, folks? Because Christ lived to be 33, okay, and things can go as long as 2033, all right? However, the last 3 final years, that's going to be when they build the new physical temple, all right? And that's when the dawn would go in to talk to the Father, the Holy of Holies or whatever, the AI system, or talk to the whatever, right? Okay, so let's get into the things that's going to be coming forward, because Donald Trump is the sign of a time, and he's the sign of the end times is here, okay? And the end of one time is here, and the beginning of a new time is there, all right? Now, they told us about the Great Reset when the invisible enemy came on. They shut down the world and said, you got to take this in order to do this or that, or we got to close down, and the only way we can open this back up is if we take this injection, this fang, this venom, all right? Or we have to wear the mask or whatever, right? If you believed any of that stuff, you were passing along the buying and selling, all right? It just wasn't the venom going in the arm. It was the mask also. If you believed the mask could save you, you were believing the worship of the beast, or you were believing the beast and you were worshiping the beast, okay? You were buying and selling whatever they got to give you. And when they close down the restaurants, you go in and say, I want to order. You can't. You got to download the app on your phone that's in your right hand so you can buy and sell. And get the sale on the food and get the sales on the products on your whatever, right? People say, oh, I feel like they don't want us to go into the stores anymore. They got the curbside pickup. And you go into the store, it's regular price, and you get on their app, it's 50% off. They don't want us to go into the store or something, right? You're worshiping the sale, the buy and sale. Just because it's spelled one way, don't make it one way, right? We're taught to think linear by the God of this earth, the education system, the government, right? And the buy and sale, the sale gets you around the world. It lets you be able to travel on the boat, right? And everybody is showing their COVID passport, their QR codes to travel on trains and buses and planes and whatever else, right? And this is especially big in the other parts of the world, right? Or they make you show a QR code or whatever else, right? But this is all part of the mark of the beast, the mark in the right hand, okay? The worship of the beast, the worship of what was good and what was old and whatever. Make America great again. You're worshiping capitalism. You're worshiping the Baal, right? You're worshiping all this stuff, all right? And Trump is going to exalt himself as God. All right, and I'm going to end this video here, and we're going to continue it in another video because I have to keep these a little bit shorter because download capabilities, okay? It won't let me download longer videos. So I got to keep these short, and it's going to come part 2, and we'll get into the script coming. But y'all got to understand what's going on here, all right? I'll see you on the next video.